I bought this Sheffield watch produced in cooperation with Jay Leno. Yes, that Jay Leno. Did I fall for celebrity branding that didn't deliver the value? I'll give you all the details on this watch and my opinion on its value proposition on this episode of Adventures with Time. Of course, I wanted this watch for its association with Jay Leno, who was the longest running host of The Tonight Show, other than Johnny Carson. I've been a fan of the show since Steve Allen hosted. Yes, I'm that old. So when I saw a YouTube short with Jay Leno talking about this watch, I knew I wanted one. I was too late to order this watch from the original production run of 250 pieces, but my timing was perfect because the second run of 290 launched the next day. I was able to order one before it too sold out. Now the full name of this watch is Jay Leno's Garage Limited Edition Driver's Watch. And yes, it's an Autosport watch. I'll get more into this resurrected brand and my thoughts on this specific model later. Let me first go over the specs of the Jay Leno's Garage Driver's Watch. It's spec time. The 316 stainless steel case has a diameter of 42 millimeters. The stated lug-to-lug is 48 millimeters, but I think they were measuring the distance between the actual spring bar holes on the lugs. I get 50 millimeters for the overall distance from lug end to lug end, and those lugs are 22 millimeters wide. Thickness, including the flat-top sapphire crystal, is 13.5 millimeters. I was pleasantly surprised to find that this watch weighs just 95 grams on the supplied leather strap. More on the comfort of this watch later. The large 7.5 signed screw-down crown provides ample grip despite being placed near the upper lug, and with a solid case back enables a water resistance of 200 meters. The Swiss Superluminova C3 on the hour, minute, and 24-hour hand, and anti-reflective coating on the underside of the crystal. Inside is the Seiko NH39, which is a variant of the NH caliber family that supports a 24-hour subdial. These NH movements all run at 21,600 beats per hour and have a stated accuracy of from -20 to +40 seconds a day. I was amazed to find my piece keeping an unexpected average accuracy of about +3 seconds per day. So I put it on the time grapher and got these nice clean results. I think I just got lucky with this one. The watch comes on this leather rally style strap with quick release spring bars. It does have the usual perforations, which are intended to provide ventilation for the wrist. However, they do not go all the way through on this strap. I can only assume that it's made this way to reduce any friction to one's skin. The final spec to mention is price. This watch retails for an affordable $268 US and ships from the US so you don't get hit with any additional tariffs. As I said, the Sheffield Jay Leno's Garage watch is a driver's watch. Being a watch designed for autosports, readability is key. You don't want to fiddle with your watch while driving to get a clear view. To that end, this watch has a tilted dial, such that the 12 o'clock index is positioned at the top when the wearer has their hands on the steering wheel. Remember, 10 and 2. There is no need to turn your wrist to read the time. Readability is further aided by the large painted serif-style hour markers set against the white textured dial, and by the blue outlined leaf-style hour and minute hands. The hour and minute hands, along with the 24-hour hand, are lume-filled for low-light conditions. One issue you may have is correlating the loomed hand positions with the hour indices, since there is no lume on any of the hour numerals. Not a big deal for me. Another design aspect to consider is the distinctive case shape. It reminds me of a cushion case, but with additional curves near the lugs. Although it looks beefy, it's surprisingly light and comfortable on the wrist. The case back is etched with all the relevant specification and manufacturing information, along with the model, name, and number of the limited edition. Despite being an affordable watch, I can find no fault with the build quality. The finishing is spot on. Speaking of spot on, let's have a spot test of your horological knowledge and logic skills. Are you smart enough to figure out this watch-themed rebus puzzle? This is one of the 100 rebuses in my book, the Watch Lover's Rebus Puzzle Book, available on Amazon. Link in the description below. Buying a copy is a great way to get something you'll enjoy while showing support for this channel. Or you can simply say thanks using the $ button below. Always greatly appreciated. So what's the deal with Sheffield as a watch brand? Well, the story, in short, is that Sheffield was a relatively small New York-based watch company that produced watches out of Switzerland. They existed between the 1950s through 1974, at which time they went out of business. In 2023, Jay Turkbass comes along with an extensive background in product development and dealing with overseas suppliers and manufacturers, and acquires the Sheffield trademark. His goal was to create modern interpretations of Sheffield watches with updated technology, high-quality standards, and an affordable price tag. In the short time the new Sheffield brand has been around, Jay has launched several watches, including divers, chronographs, and GMTs, most priced between $150 and $250 and some well under $100. Given his appreciation for both watches and cars, it is only appropriate that Jay Turkbass collaborated with Jay Leno to create this driver's watch. I, for one, like the association to Jay Leno, given my appreciation of him and the others who hosted The Tonight Show. However, given this is a watch linked to a celebrity and it has a tilted Autosport dial, this may not be the watch for everyone. You may think that for those not into cars or autosports, this watch is hard to read. I thought that when I first put it on my wrist. This is a confusing dial. But I found that after a few days, I became accustomed to the dial. So if you want this watch for a reason other than it being a driver's watch, don't let the tilted dial turn you away. Regardless, obtaining a quality automatic watch for under $300 is not easy these days. I would definitely put Sheffield on your radar. And if you don't find any of their watches to your liking, take a look at the watches in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.